Hi everybody, Hassan Shariq, regulated Canadian immigration consultant, back with another video on Canadian immigration. So more recently, the express entry scores have really gone high, and there are a lot of applicants who are just at the brink of the 30-year age mark where they're losing points. And in most instances, such applicants are married as well. So there's a common question that people ask that if they are married and they are very close to the cutoff points that are there for express entry, especially the federal skilled worker program applicants, what to do, what options do we have? So one option that you have is, first of all, your spouse, based on what education they have and what language ability they have. If they have not already had an ECA done, or if they've not taken an IELTS test, they can definitely do that, and that will increase the points. With this, a lot of people ask if it is mandatory for the accompanying spouse to have their ECA done, or to have their IELTS or language test done, and to score, say, maybe CLB 9. No, that's not the case. If they do, they add points. If they don't, those points will be missed. And keep in mind that the points that you get for individual factors like education, language ability, if you apply as single, you get to have more points for the same education level or language ability. But if you have an accompanying spouse or you show it as married, then you tend to get less points, and that's because your spouse can add additional points. So one option that is available is called the non-accompanying spouse application. So in this application, you do mention about your spouse, but you say that they will be non-accompanying. So what happens if you do that? If you do that, you get to have a higher score. There are chances that you will be invited. You get invited, you apply for PR, you'll be granted a PR. Many people will say that at this stage there hasn't been an FSWP draw. Yes, that's true. But this video will help people in the future as well, because it's not that's not going to happen. So say for instance somebody applies with a non-accompanying spouse and they get PR granted. So their spouse will not be awarded the permanent residence at this stage. And the main applicant is supposed to do their landing and activate their PR status. Now the following question with that is that what options do you have for the spouse who's the dependent applicant to move to Canada along with the main applicant? Now there are various options that you would have. Number one is that the main applicant who's been granted the PR, he or she travels to Canada, lands, activates the PR, PR is activated, and then because you are a PR, you apply for your spouse's PR under the spousal PR application stream. A lot of people again have this confusion that for that you need a job or certain income. For spousal sponsored application, that's not the case. There are certain other requirements, but this is not a requirement. You should not be bankrupt. You should not be having social welfare being taken from the government, but otherwise you can apply. So you land. It might take maybe a few weeks or a month or so to gather all the documents that are required, your PR card, other documents, and then you can submit your spousal sponsorship application. At this stage, that is taking around 12 months, and that application has to be submitted while you're in Canada. You cannot apply for that if you're outside of Canada, if your status is PR. So once that's done, it will take its time, and your spouse can move to Canada then as a PR. The other option is that once you get your PR approved, you can also apply for your spouse visit visa, and they can, when you do the first travel, they can travel with you on the visitor visa, wherein both of you could settle in there, and then they can stay in Canada up to 6 months time frame. So they can stay in Canada with you for that time frame, and then they can exit, and then you submit their spousal sponsorship application. So this is the solution if you are an applicant where you are missing out on important points for your express entry application, and you're married and you would want to gain your points. I'll just quickly conclude. If that is the case, like for instance, if your spouse has done IELTS and they've done ECA as well, but you are losing points because of that, then it is advisable to apply as non-accompanying spouse. Once you get your PR granted, you can then, or you land in Canada, you can then apply for their sponsorship, or if they would want to travel with you, they can apply for the visit visa as well. So that's a way around this. And that's all for today's video. I'll be back soon with another video. Do share this particular video, as a lot of people are in similar boats, so somebody else might benefit out of it. Do support the social media platforms by liking, sharing, and if you have questions, do comment as well. Till the next time that we meet, take very good care of yourself and your families. Bye-bye.